Learn how to use the clone stamp tool in Adobe Photoshop. Let's check it out. Okay, here we are in Adobe Photoshop, and I got this photograph of this little puppy, and he's in this jar, and everything looks great, but behind the jar is actually the lid to the jar, and I'm kind of thinking that it takes away a little bit from the photograph, so I want to remove that lid. So we're going to use the clone stamp tool in order to do that. Now the first thing we want to do is, if you look to your layers over to the right, I'm going to right click and duplicate the layer. It's a good idea to get in a habit of always duplicating that. That way your original image is never destroyed or messed up. It's there. If I want to go back to it, that's my original image. I am going to work with the copy. Alright, the clone stamp tool is right below the brush tool. So if you come over here and look, it says S is the keyboard shortcut. You click on that, and now you have the clone stamp tool activated. Now basically what it does is it lets you sample pixels of one part of the photograph, and then you paint those pixels onto another part. So since this whole area is just this grass right here, if I come over here, hold down the Option key on my keyboard, and you'll see that the cursor changes to this little target icon, and that means that I'm going to target this little area, and I'm going to click with my mouse, and now I have selected those pixels. And if I come over here to where the lid is, you can see that I can start painting those same pixels, covering up that lid. Alright? And if you look real close, you'll see as I'm moving the paintbrush, you'll see the little plus cursor, and whatever that cursor is over is what the pixels are going to be that you're painting. So if I was to move up higher and that little cursor starts going over the white part of the fence, you'll see that now on the grass I'm painting the white part of the fence, which I wouldn't want to do. So what you would do is you can just resample. If you hold Option, you can resample part of the grass and come over here and then paint back that part. Alright, now that's pretty much how the clone stamp tool works. It lets you sample pixels from one part of the photograph and then cover up and paint them onto whatever you want to cover up. Right? And that's kind of stamping, that's why it's called the stamp tool. Now you would want to zoom in and get real close to the edges in order to do a good job. You might want to lower the size of your brush. And remember, the keyboard shortcut is the bracket, left and right. So if I use the left bracket, I can lower the size of my brush tip in order to come over here and do the detailed work next to the jar. Alright, so I'm not going to do a perfect job and keep this tutorial short, but that's pretty much it. That is how you use the clone stamp tool to kind of stamp pixels from one part of the photograph to another part of the photograph. Thanks for watching.